Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Part of the Noobs. I'm Jay Gotti, of course. The man sitting next to me is the OptimusMagnum. Want to say thank you for tuning into the live show today here on Twitch. Please keep in mind that we'll be on YouTube. We're looking to upload those early in the week, so we're out there wherever you get your podcasts as well. Good? Sorry about that, folks. Little technical difficulties. It wouldn't be a boomer Pardon the Noob stream without something going on, right? And just keep in mind, we'll be here every Saturday morning for you, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Twitch GGR station here. Optimus, what's been going on this week since episode 1? What's been going on? Fill us in.
I've done a lot of gaming on my own. I haven't streamed, but I've had some fun. I've done some garage sales and yard sales now that the heat finally kicked in. It snowed here actually a couple days this week, but as soon as that snow melted and the sun came up, I went out garage selling, had a nice haul last week of games, and now this week I went yard selling yesterday, and all I came across was this gem. Look at this. Have you guys seen this in a long time? It's a cassette player. It plays cassettes. You newbies, you young children out there don't even know what a cassette is probably. But it also has a radio tuner, so it's a pretty dope thing.
we probably shouldn't mention 8 tracks and stuff like that either.
No, let's not. No, that might blow their mind.
Poof.
Yeah. The 8-track players used to be in cars, believe it or not.
Yes, they had those in cars. So they look like huge cartridges that you put into your dash. And
yep.
Go Google it. It's out there on Google if you haven't seen one. Same with these cassette things that Optimus is talking about. The cassettes are out there as well. Believe it or not, there were actually CDs as well. I don't know if you guys have been into that or not. Not everything's digital in the past.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that Google search today when you have some downtime and you're curious about that. Same with me, Optimus. We had some unexpected snow this week. I'm like, come on, man. It's getting toward the end of April, almost May, and I got snow. Yeah. What's up with that? But work was pretty taxing and long this week, so I'm just happy to make it to another weekend. Just wanted to say a special shout out and thanks to everybody who stopped by my stream yesterday. Today is my birthday, but we had the birthday stream yesterday, and there's just so much love given yesterday. I just really appreciate the support of this community. And if you're in here in the chat and you haven't joined the Good Game Report Discord, please do. This is a fantastic example of what family looks like outside of your own blood family that you live around, of course. So if you haven't done that, make sure you join the Discord. It's a heart and soul. It's where everything goes down, so we can get to know everybody and meet everybody. So today, preview a little today's show. We're going to be talking about some GGR updates for this week. Got some Call of Duty updates as well as PUBG. Going to talk a little about PUBG today. Maybe the best-selling racing game out there. We're going to get into talking about that because it's not what you would expect off the cuff. So we're going to get there too. We're going to talk about some spending actually in the gaming industry year over year. Maybe you can make some guesses or whatnot because COVID's kind of maybe peaked or stayed away from some of the stuff going on. I think streaming and gaming has been more prevalent since we've had to stay home a lot. So going to talk a little bit about that today. Got some other gaming news, some other retro stuff over with Optimus later, and plenty of content for you guys today. Just sit back, grab a cup of coffee or whatever you do, and just take a listen here because we're going to have some good stuff for you today. Going to jump right in with the Apex Duos tournament. Starts today. If you haven't signed up, I think it's too late. The bells rang. It's time. The tournament has officially started. Choppy Sticks and Rhino hosting that. They're actually going to be doing some casting tomorrow. So just keep in mind, if you're in the tournament and you haven't started playing yet, you do have the Smack Talk in our Discord. If you guys want to see, please go in there and check that out too. You can understand maybe who's streaming. If you are streaming in that tournament, feel free to post your links in the Smack Talk. We want to see who you are. We want to come watch your gameplay and root you on. Remember, Rhino and Choppy are not playing, so you don't have to worry about them coming in any of your lobbies. They're actually going to be casting on Sunday. This is a 2-day tournament, so I'm not sure about all the details of it. Basically, there's qualifiers today, and I think 10 teams will move on till tomorrow. to compete for the ultimate prize and be able to deem that prize for their charity. So you want to make sure you check that out tomorrow afternoon between 1 and 8 Eastern on Rhinolicious' channel. Stop in and hear him and Choppy cast some of the action. They'll be bouncing around the different people playing the game. So it should be a lot of fun. A lot of fun playing Apex this weekend. Next up, Monday, Geek Corner. Man, it's been running for a few weeks. It's amazing. Optimus, have you caught any of the Geek Corner streams yet?
I catch them all. I always put my kids to bed. They're always the last one I put to bed by 8:30, and I always run downstairs and I'm always on the Geek Corner stream. I love it. I love retro, so you know me. Always there.
What, the guy with all the games behind him likes the retro? I don't get it. What? No, solid stream by Peter Byte and Matt's Geek Corner every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. This week coming up, you're going to want to watch because they're playing Crash Bandicoot Warped from the Insane Trilogy on the GGR Twitch channel right here where you're watching us today. So make sure you stop in and check them out Monday night at 8 Eastern and every Monday night for that matter. Good stuff. All right, last GGR update today we want to talk about is the weekly top 10. If you're not posting your clips in the top 10, it's in the Discord. It's that easy. Just copy and paste your Twitch clip, pop that baby in there. We'd love to take a look at your clips. I know Ultra loves to have new folks in there to feature them. When we put the YouTube video out, it also features you and your channel as well. So this is a no-brainer. Pop them in there. If it's funny, if it's just a wild, crazy play, a clutch, whatever, pop it in there and let us take a look at it. We'd love to give kind of a shout out there, our weekly YouTube video. Speaking of our weekly YouTube video, so if you haven't watched week 49, it did come out on Thursday. Make sure you check that out if you haven't given it a view yet. Get out to the GGR YouTube and do so. Next week, something special's brewing. Week 50 of the GGR weekly top 10 comes out next Thursday. You will not want to miss it, period. This is going to be cracked. It is really not from our normal submissions. It's taken from some of the highest ranking clips we've had over the 50 weeks of this thing. You're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to check it out. You're probably going to watch it a few times. I'm just going to be honest with you. I've had the behind the scenes look, and I'm so thankful I was able to because, man, I wanted to transfer that passion to you guys today about next week's top 10 because you can't miss it. You got to watch it. You're going to watch it multiple times. You're going to want to come back to it. Special edition of the 50th weekly top 10 next week on Thursday. Post about 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern on the GGR YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. I also, Pete starts the spam in Discord. I continue it and put it out there in socials as well. So if you need a reminder, there'll be plenty of things out there to remind you that it's live and it's time to check it out. So make sure you don't forget about the top 10.
Yeah, and don't be bashful. Don't be bashful about any clips. It can be clips of anything funny, anything you just like, highlights on your stream, stuff like that. I posted a clip with me using my old car cell phone and making a phone call on stream, a fake phone call, obviously, but still, it was a clip of me making a phone call on stream. I posted it, and I was on the clips. So don't be bashful. Get out there, put your stuff out there, get yourself recognized, bring some more people to your stream, and let's all have a good time as family in the GGR and helping each other out. That's all. It's what it's all about. Fun and games, always.
Next stream you have, I'm gonna have to put a phone call into Ma. We're gonna see what she says, see what she has to say to us. All right, so moving over into gaming news, Call of Duty. It's out, season 3. It popped on time. I was wondering about talking about this to you guys last week. Call of Duty is notorious for pushing back updates and dates and that kind of stuff. And to tell you the truth, they hit the mark on this one. They hit it in a big way. Warzone trailer out there, the season 3 trailer. Really, they put a lot of money into it, and understandably, it's one of the better franchises money making out there. So I don't see why they wouldn't. Smart move on their part. But season 3 of Cold War is out. We got a new, a redesigned map in Warzone as well. So in season 3, there is a roadmap, and you should be able to see some of that. Yeah, there you go. It's on the stream. Got some new maps for multiplayer. So if you're not into Warzone and you play a lot of multiplayer like me, got 3 brand new 6v6 maps out there. One's already loaded. I don't know how to say it. Yamantu. Somebody else can call me Boomer and correct me in the chat if you want to. But
Yamantau?
Yamantau, maybe
I don't
that's
know.
it.
It looks like Yamantau.
It's kind of in a snowier setting. It's a really nice map. I played it a lot yesterday. Had a good time with it. I think it sticks with the 3 lanes that you normally play in a COD map and moves from there. We'll also see Diesel. And I don't know if you guys remember Standoff. I believe it was in Black Ops 2. Standoff is a classic map. It's not coming out right here at launch. It's going to come out during season 3, but anxiously anticipating that one. That Raid was brought back and Express was brought back to play from Black Ops lore, and Standoff is going to be the newest addition coming in there, so you can be able to see that as well. Really nice multiplayer map. Look forward to playing that when it comes out. Updates as far as other things, we got a new score streak, the Strafe Run, which is basically the plane coming over and laying down waste to anything that's underneath it. I was able to use that a couple times yesterday with score streaks. And then Warzone. I'm not a huge Warzone guy for the big map. I'm just going to be honest, because I feel like it's a little too slow progressing. But a lot of updates in Warzone as far as like the look of it. You're still in Verdansk. It's in 84, as in 1984. I guess the nuke went off, and somehow a nuke makes us travel back in time. So we did that. And there's a lot more green in the map. It definitely looks nicer. But Warzone, if you want to check that out, it is got the brand new map option going there. New weapons. So there's a few new weapons coming in for season 3. Right off the bat, you log in, you can get the PPSH-41, which is a iconic SMG from the past. I remember using it. I don't remember what edition of Black Ops it was from. Do you remember
Modern
Optimus?
Warfare? I think it might have been Modern Warfare 3.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Either way,
I'm not sure. I know there was a PP something in Modern Warfare 3 because I remember using it, but it's been a long time since I played COD. But
right? It's nails. When I played yesterday, and I played Cold War for a couple hours yesterday, I leveled it up to like level 30 with it. Absolute nails. If you haven't checked that out and you don't mind running an SMG along something else or whatnot, you definitely want to check it out. There's also a Swiss K31 Tactical that's going to be part of the Battle Pass. And then later this season, the Carve 2 and the Amp 63 are going to be coming back, along with a ballistic knife and a baseball bat. Hey, you're going to handle your problems with a baseball bat? God's got you covered. If you want to melee with a baseball bat, forget the sledgehammer. Put it away. Use the baseball bat. You can use Uncle Tony's baseball bat and take care of business.
Yeah, I like that. I actually like that.
Yeah,
swinging a baseball bat at somebody.
Why not? I mean, they brought the
game,
sledgehammer out most recently.
Break out I want to see the clips of that, like people getting their heads beaten with a baseball bat.
A finishing move with the baseball bat might have a nice touch, right?
Yeah.
One more thing that's going to come out, it's already come out, and all you have to do is own the game or download it. Captain Price coming in as an operator that you can use. Captain Price seems to be in everything. He just lives through every COD out there. So Captain Price in his 1984 edition. So he does look a little bit younger than some of the Captain Price we've seen in recent history. Is out there as well. So if you like Captain Price, you can choose to play as him as an operator. Per usual, if you haven't gone out there and updated yet, if you haven't played COD for a little while, maybe a week or so, downloads are still big, not going to lie. So you're going to need some download space, from 8 gigs on PS4 up to 13 on PC. Warzone's 25 gigs no matter what you're on. So a lot of space required. So make sure you have it. Make sure you have that external hard drive or whatnot, whatever you're using, to put yourself in a good position to do that. But brand new season of COD. Go check it out if you haven't already. Most of you probably have that play it. And I enjoyed playing it yesterday. Cold War was cool. So moving on. So if I were to ask you, Optimus, what's the best-selling racing game in U.S. history? What would you take a guess as?
Uh, honestly, I think I would guess something like Need for Speed
Yeah.
or like maybe Forza, because Forza's more recently, more recent.
My guess was
Um,
my guess was Gran Turismo. I
oh yeah,
love
something
playing
like that. Yeah, because I mean that dates back all the way to PS1 days.
that. Mhm.
So it's got a head start on Forza, but Forza's just so newer and more copies of games are made now and stuff like that. So I would guess, but I would guess Need for Speed. It just seems like Need for Speed is such a popular game.
What if I told you that both of us are so far off base and wrong that it's just silly?
Yeah.
In the US, believe it or not, combined sales between the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart 8, 41.86 million copies sold. How do you react to that? I mean, that
Yeah, well,
wow.
It's Mario Kart. Everybody can play it.
Right,
Kids,
right.
moms and dads, even grandparents can play Mario Kart. So that's understandable.
So the list we looked up, you have to go down the number 5 spot on best selling US, gaming race games, and gotta go to the 5 spot just to not have a Mario Kart game. So
Wow.
America loves Mario Kart. Believe it or not, Gran Turismo 4 sold 18.71 million copies. The Need for Speed Most Wanted's number 7 at 16 million sold. So pretty crazy. Like I didn't think we'd be that far off, but 41.86 million copies of a game sold.
That's crazy.
It's Mario Kart. It's not even like
Yeah.
all these other games have the cool car stuff with all the upgrades, and there's so much. I love the technical aspect of Gran Turismo. Love it. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't ever guess. But it makes sense, right? You got families that play it. You got younger folks that play it too, and it doesn't take much
Hmm.
to pick up a controller and play some Mario Kart. So,
Yeah.
um, pretty
Plus, you
crazy.
can stick the controller in the steering wheel, and you have that fun
Yes,
steering wheel thing you can do.
we did
It's
get that with the
Nintendo,
kids for a little. Yeah,
Nintendo is awesome for kids, and they do like really fun things with their accessories. So
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. But if you look at the sales in the world, it does tell a different story. So, bottom line is Americans love Mario Kart. The Needs for Speed variants, you were right on. It sold over 150 million copies of the Need for Speed franchise to Mario Kart's 134 million. Gran
Yes, yeah.
Turismo and kind of a distant third at 85 million units sold. So America loves Mario Kart. America loves Mario. Why not? And we, as a kid growing up, you know, that Nintendo was the third system I got. Right, my third console was an NES, and playing Mario Brothers was wow. So definitely has a soft spot in my heart for that kind of stuff. So kind of an interesting update there around
Yeah.
Mario Kart. So moving on, let's talk about some spending year over year from March 20 to March 21 coming in the gaming industry. Um, so NPD Group, which tracks the gaming industry, recently reported that U.S. game spending it's up for the 13th straight month, by the way. And who knew with COVID we'd be home playing video games,
Exactly. We're all home. So of
right?
course we're spending our money on that and stimmy checks and everything else on
Stimmy,
games.
stimmy on
Yep.
video games, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So it's not really surprising to hear that we're on a 13-month streak of year-over-year growth in the U.S. and buying gaming stuff. But the year-over-year growth from uh, the 18th of March to March 2020, $5.6 billion in growth. Are you kidding me? So pretty much our stimmy checks have all been going to gaming apparently. $5.6 billion in year over year growth. It's just insane. 47% of that's hardware at $680 million. I think the
Wow.
PS5 has a lot to do with that, probably. Um, the Nintendo Switch outsold the competition in March 2021 in terms of unit sales and dollar amount, but the PS5 has brought us the most dollar amount of sales in quarter one of 2021. So it's pretty hot. The PS5 is also the best-selling console in U.S. history through 5 months of its release. Just
Mm,
think if there were more PS5s available and Sony got their act together and everybody could buy one that wanted one right off the bat.
yeah. I think the problem is the parts.
Yeah,
They can't make them fast enough because of COVID and everything that happened. They can't get the parts
absolutely,
fast enough. So that's what's slowing down production. And
absolutely.
bots.
Absolutely. Software, total gaming cost, console, mobile, PC, cloud, subscription services. You didn't know those are all out there. Those are all a thing. We're up 14% to $4.6 billion in sales in
Wow.
March. That's in March. 1 month, folks. 1
Yeah,
month.
it's crazy.
Call of Duty Cold War remains the bestseller in March, but 2 brand new games came in. At number 2, if you've played the Monster Hunter series, a new edition of that called Monster Hunter Rise came in and debuted at number 2. And then number 3, it was Outriders. Optimus, have you read anything up about Outriders? I've been seeing a lot of people stream that lately.
Yeah, I've seen people stream it. Our own Coffee Break from the GGR streams it a
Ah,
lot.
yes.
He's been playing it, and it from what I know of it, it's got some RPG elements. It's really cool. It looks like Destiny, the Division, and Gears of War basically had a little baby, and that's Outriders. But it looks dope. The bosses that I've seen him battle and the graphics are awesome. The game looks great. I know there was some hiccups. There was a little bit of glitches. There was a little bit of issues with I think saves and things like that with it, or maybe character progression. I'm not sure, but I know there was some glitches. But I think from now they patched it and now it's pretty playable. But I know a lot of people were harping on it when it first came out. But now that it's out, patched up a little bit, a lot more people are streaming it, and it seems like a lot more people are having fun playing it. So
Nice. Um, yeah. Uh, Good stuff, right? It's always good to have new games come around.
yeah,
It didn't exactly have glitches like Cyberpunk, right? It wasn't that major. So,
yeah. It wasn't as bad as Cyberpunk when they're released, because Cyberpunk was more hyped. It was
yeah,
so hyped,
for
and
so
then to
long.
come out and have all those issues, oh, it was such a letdown for gamers. That they just it kind of woke gamers up too. Like stop making games that aren't finished and putting them out like that. Like
Right,
people almost like a revolution started because they were so
right.
angry with Cyberpunk.
Stop trying to hit a date and give us a great product, and we'll buy the heck out of it. It's a great product.
Yes,
You know, you're not
exactly.
going to put crap out there, right? So,
Yeah.
so I want to round out the top 10 because there's some names you may or may not expect to see. Number 4, Super Mario 3D with Bowser's Fury came in at number 4. Number 5, this isn't really a surprise to me. Spider-Man Miles Morales, big title on the PS5, heavily purchased, I'm sure, and still getting a lot of guts going there with people still getting a hold of PS5s, right? As you mentioned, they're coming out a little slower.
Yep.
Mario Kart 8 still strong at number 6. Assassin's Creed Valhalla been on sale since November, still number 7 overall in game sales for March. And this is even more surprising. I don't know, it's not to me because we
No.
actually have this on our Switch in our house. My wife still plays it every day. Is Animal Crossing's New Horizons? Wow, it's still there. Coming in at number 8. The Super Mario 3D All Stars, which I've got a copy of, I just haven't got to play yet, is in at number 9. Optimus, do you have any idea what number 10 is? Think of a very old game that's just as old as many of the people that are watching in this chat. Any idea?
uh I can guess.
Take a guess.
Super Mario Brothers.
It is not, but Minecraft. Minecraft
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
selling at,
I can
at
see that.
record pace. At number 10, the
Everybody
10th
always
most
forgets
sold
about
game.
that game.
Everybody sleeps on Minecraft. I don't know why you
Yeah.
do because
Everybody falls asleep playing Minecraft.
yes,
Well, I do.
I'm
This boomer does.
guilty. It keeps me awake, but it also, yeah. Yeah, you can be
Yeah.
up really late and lose track of time playing Minecraft. Here recently, in the last couple months, I played a lot of Minecraft, and I look up and it's like 4 in the morning. I'm like, wait, Gotti,
What?
come on, you got to go to sleep, man. You got to work
Yeah.
tomorrow. It's time to shut things down. You got to move on. Stop staying up all hours of the night with Ultra, uh, playing Minecraft. So, um, good stuff there, and it gets kind of surprising updates on how money's being spent out there, and
Mhm.
just an idea of how big the gaming industry is, and not just in the
Huge.
United States. We're not
Especially
even
during this
talking about.
pandemic.
Mhm.
It's been the
Like,
biggest I've ever seen it during the pandemic. Even for games new and old. Retro has blown up since the pandemic. Everybody wants to play old games. just as much as they do the new ones. It's crazy.
Yeah, it feels good, right? When you're playing part of your past, right? It brings
Yep.
back old memories and whatnot. That's what it does for me when I play an older game like that. It just brings back memories of a different time and a time that's not during, COVID and everything we've been dealing with
Yep.
here recently. So, definitely good vibes coming from retro games for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's that feel good, that wanting to go back to that feeling of socialness where you're on the couch gaming with your friends or your family, things
Yeah.
like that. And during this time, everybody's pretty much home with themselves. So why not? That's why I think retro has blown up. People want to have that nostalgia again and playing games like that. So I think it's just a big thing. Yes.
Speaking
Look at
of,
that.
look what I just recovered.
Look at that. Aerosmith Guitar Hero. Look at that
Guitar
bad boy.
Hero, Aerosmith guitar. I can't lie. The
Yeah.
wife and I played a little bit of Guitar Hero during this time upstairs, and we've also done a little karaoke. We've got some of those sing along discs that you go along with, and that
Yes,
kind of
yes,
stuff.
yes.
So, been doing a little of that too. So, good times had by all with retro. Moving on, Call of Duty League. Want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on right now. Stage 3's arrived. The London home series started this last Thursday. It's going to be running through Sunday. Um, Thursday's action, what you'd expect. Ultra wiped the Mutineers 3-0, and Dallas took care of Paris 3-1. Really quick matches. Yesterday, little different story. Not so open and closed. Seattle Surge and the LA Thieves had a thriller in their first matchup yesterday. Seattle came out 2-0. You think, okay, it's over. Seattle's going to 3-0 them. It's over. The 100 Thieves, aka the LA Thieves, had different things in mind. They woke up after that second map and they ran 3 in a row to complete the reverse sweep on Seattle, which is kind of embarrassing. You don't ever want to. I mean, you think of it a sports analogy. You don't want to go up in a 5-game series where you're looking best of 5. You win the first 2 and you choke 3 in a row. You don't want to do that. You don't love to see it. You don't love to see it. And yesterday, Optic, as expected, dropped the host London Royal Ravens 3-1. Only dropped the control map, which they've been having some trouble with that. They'll be back in action today. So if you're looking to check it out, if you want to be part of the, watching the COD League, it's really easy. It's on YouTube, right? They stream it on YouTube. Highly recommend you check something out. I got a couple of matches this weekend still left. That would be great for you to check out if you're new to watching COD. Today, Paris Legion and LA Guerrillas at 3 Eastern. The Rocker and Mutineers at 4:30. Optic Chicago and Seattle at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be checking out that one from my phone because I'll be out doing some stuff. But definitely check that out. Sunday's matchups, we got a couple of bangers, absolute bangers. So if you want to check it out, LA Thieves and Royal Ravens from London are going to be on at 3 Eastern. Atlanta FaZe, only 2 losses on the year, Atlanta FaZe. I'm going to be playing the New York Subliners at 4:30 Eastern. That should be a banger. Subliners are looking to climb back up. They've been a solid number 3 contender, and here they go against FaZe Clan tomorrow. Also at 6 Eastern, a real featured matchup. Toronto Ultra, who just won major number 2, is going to be going against the defending champs, Dallas Empire. Some news around Dallas Empire. They just noted a couple of days ago on Twitter that I read. They're moving Hook out of the lineup. One of the guys that helped them win the championship last year, they're sitting him on the bench, and they're bringing up Fellow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Felo Fellow. He's been playing in the challenger ranks for Dallas Empire. Just keep in mind the CDL, just like baseball, has the major leagues, and then they have subsets underneath that of competition. So kind of like a farm system, if you will, similar to baseball, similar to some other things that we have out there as well. So Fellow is going to be playing against the Toronto Ultra on Sunday. So it might be intriguing to see how that plays out, given that, you're changing a key player mid-season. There's been a lot of roster changes. This is that kind of time of year where if it's not working, it's time to either go to the free agent list or it's time to bring somebody up. It's time to start doing something different because teams are going to need to start locking down what they got going on. The record over the season is going to depend on whether you make the grand final here after long or not. It only takes the top 8 out of 12 teams. So 4 teams will not get to compete. You got to be in the top 8 or you're not in the playoffs, so to speak. So definitely some jockeying in positions there to to make sure that you can be involved. One other update. So don't know exactly when this is going to happen, but on April 14th, just a short while ago, COD League posted something very interesting, and it's really this is what makes it really exciting. Watching it on YouTube, it's cool to see the gameplay and everything. Um, but LAN play is going to come back later this season. When I say LAN play, meaning cabled, right? In person, two teams on a stage in an arena,
Yep.
sitting next to each other, playing on a local area network, cabled. I don't know about the fans yet. They didn't say anything about that, but these teams, these tournaments, they play them in smaller arenas, but the energy, I would love. I've always wanted to go to maybe like a Chicago home series or something like that, and where my team's the home team. It's electric. If you've seen raving fans anywhere, these people are insane, right? When you watch one of these events, it's electric. I mean, they introduce the guys, they walk down the aisle to the stage just like you're starting an NBA basketball game or something. So looking forward to that. Hopefully, we can move that direction here soon and get it moving as COVID kind of comes into our back, our back burner in the rearview mirror. Hopefully, Uncle COVID takes the rest of our life off and goes away as we get vaccinated, everything else. So, one final update in the esports world: Crafton, which is the PUBG owner. Little known fact, and I'm just kind of learning this a little about this myself. They've announced the fourth edition of the PUBG Continental Series. They're going to have competitions in different areas of the country. One in the Americas, one in the Asia Pacific region, one in Europe, and another one in Asia in the month of June. Each of these four regions, the reason I bring this up, each four regions will see a $250,000 US prize pool holding
Come to Papa.
$1 million in earnings.
That's a lot of money.
So Optimus is not the esports guy. I made that clear
No.
last week. It's normal.
But I like
Buddy,
money.
there's $1 million out there between four different regions in June.
That might make me want to play PUBG a little bit, get a little practice in. That's crazy, man. $250,000 four times. You could essentially compete four times and win four times and get $1 million. Well, for your team, you would get what? $250,000 each.
Absolutely.
If you won all four. That's crazy.
So qualifiers
Bring that
are
money.
set for each region to set the final 16 teams in each region. So there'll be 16 teams in each of those competing for 250 GER. The four regional events will be streamed on Twitch as well as YouTube, which is kind of interesting. They're using two different platforms there. Players can still expect to compete online for the 2021 season, though. Not going to be doing any in-person events. Going to all be online play. And the PUBG Global Championship will still be held in November. So this is just like a huge regional tournaments, right, that will feed into that championship down the road. Haven't seen the money on that, Optimus, but you might want to dust off the PUBG and go pro because if it's $250K for just a regional, can you imagine what it would take to win a global championship? Because I know you got them FPS skills, baby.
I have no FPS skills, but not anymore. but yeah, the money alone intrigues me. That's crazy. That's just crazy money out there. And you know what? Kudos to these kids out there who've been told, I was told as a youngin', video games are nothing. You're wasting your life playing video games. Like they amount to nothing. They will do nothing for you. It's just going to mess up your brain. And look at these kids are millionaires. Some of them playing video games as streamers. There's kids out there playing video games and now esports and making money on teams. And it's just awesome. It's just awesome to see, and I love it. That's the part of esports that I do like, is the fact that these kids can make a living actually playing some games and having fun with their teams and just enjoying themselves. Even though they practice hard and do stuff, their kind of practice obviously is playing video games, but still, it's amazing what they can do.
Absolutely. My wife's high school that she teaches at, they have an esports team starting next year, like an esports type class, kind of to teach the marketing aspect of it, as well as, participating in gameplay and competing at the high school level here in the Wichita area, here in South Central Kansas. Next week, sneak peek, I'm actually going to cover a little bit more information on this topic. And it's really around, colleges is starting to get some esports teams that are starting to be more prevalent and competing with one another. We're going to talk about what kind of financial impact colleges might be able to take on and universities might be able to take on and actually take a positive, like a net money. Like football is always going to be king. It makes them colleges the most money, right?
Right.
basketball's in there and whatnot. But I'm
Hmm.
going to talk a little bit about how esports might be on the trend for that, influencing revenue for colleges and universities going forward, and how that might become a bigger part of the game. Can you imagine esports at the college level?
That's
And
crazy.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like there's something for everybody now. Something
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everybody. So, all right, that's all of our esports updates for today.
All right. So moving on. Last week we sat here and we talked about the PS3 store closing, the PS3 store along with the Vita and the PSP store, and what a difference a week makes. Amid the backlash from fans, people went nuts. They were just yelling and constantly raving. There's videos made everywhere just complaining about how Sony was taking away the store, and there was all these other issues of possibly games could be lost forever. There's other stuff like that, but amid the backlash, Sony retracted, basically saying, we're not going to close the store now. And so the PS3 store, along with the Vita store, is going to remain open for the foreseeable future. They didn't say how long, but it's open for now. So far, the fans, we have won. But the PSP store is going to close down. Now, the PSP is way older device. It hasn't been used, and it's not used very much for a long time. The PS Vita can do pretty much everything the PSP does. You can play PSP games on the PS Vita, so you don't have to really worry about that. But the good part is the PS3 store and the PS Vita store is not closing down. It's open for now. You don't have to worry. You don't have to panic buy anything anymore like I did and and sit up for 3 days downloading games to your PS3 to make sure you don't lose out. But yes, it's open. You can still go. It's awesome. And it's really good to see that Sony answered the call, because we were a little worried that they just really didn't care and they weren't listening to the people who still want to play retro titles. And I consider that stuff retro. It's old enough to me that it's considered retro because it is PS2 games and PS1 games involved in that. So I'm really happy about that. What do you think, Gotti? Are you
Yeah,
happy that they answered the call?
shout out to Sony for listening to the people. Right, there was such a public outcry and a sense of panic.
Hmm.
Um, Even though I'm not a PlayStation guy, I've always kind of run an Xbox. Man, it hurt me a little bit to see that, because it seemed kind of cutthroat to me. Right, you've got this loyal fan base that's been playing your games for this many years, and you're just going to turn it off on them when it doesn't really, like, all the money you're making on this PS5 and whatnot. Surely there's some money to keep servers open and some things open to be able to still take advantage of those products. So shout out to Sony for answering the call, doing what's right, and keeping gamers in their forefront, so gamers will continue to use their services.
Definitely. Yeah. And also, in other news, Lego Luigi is out. So it's set to release, actually. There's if you know, there's for Legos, they have this interactive collection where they're kind of like, there's a little Lego and it's little interactive, his eyes glow and they do little cool things when you build the Lego sets, and they have like starter sets or like basically buildings and stuff you can play with and put the little Lego on. Kids love it, it's Legos. So they're set to release a new starter course, and this is joining Luigi with his brother Mario, obviously, on the Lego Interactive Collection. Now, the starter course is set to launch on August 1st for $59.99. But the pre-orders are available now on the Lego website. So if you love Legos, you collect Legos, or you play Legos, or you have kids that love Legos and this kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend getting out there now, because stuff like this sells out fast, and then you got to find a Lego store that's in a mall or somewhere near you that you got to find the stuff like that, or you got to know somebody that works at Lego or something like that. But definitely grab that. It's the basically the animates the eyes and the mouth and the main screen on his chest and the sensor on the bottom. They use to scan barcodes in brick colors. So the main differences in the two are just like a little bit cosmetic. Luigi looks a little different and features and different sound effects and voice lines, obviously, and character interactions. But it's a really cool little set. And if you like Lego, like I said, make sure you jump on that. Do you like Lego? Do you collect Lego or play with Legos? I know I don't, but
I would love to have a another vice in my life. It's like many things. I just have to say no, because once I get into something, I have a very addictive personality that's going to go in there and get into this. So
yeah.
folks who collect this sort of stuff, absolutely sounds like a banger for them. But if I let myself down this path, the back of my room would be fuller than the room that you have, Optimus, because I have that
Yeah,
personality where
yeah.
I just don't stop and I get after it. So I like to watch it from afar and check other people's stuff out for sure. But this looks like a really cool thing.
Yeah, the only thing I have for Lego, I think, is Lego Voltron, which is really
Mm,
dope. It was given to me for Christmas, and I love that thing. It was like 2,000 something pieces, and it took me like a week to put it together, and it was pretty dope. I like that thing, but it just sits over there. I don't play with it, so it's
right.
just put together. He's just posing, and that's about it. But yeah,
He's eye
Legos are
candy.
really not my thing, but there are some really cool sets out there. So definitely. But moving on, the My Arcade Street Fighter farter. Did you hear that? The Street Farter 2. So watch out, guys. It's a very stinky arcade. But anyways, the Street Fighter 2 mini arcade is out. It's been seen on the shelves at Target for a price total of $49.99. You could probably wait a little bit. It might get it cheaper on some of the deal days or whatever. But if you're into these mini arcade cabinets, I am. I actually collect them. I have a good number of them actually over there. Um, I love arcades, and the fact that there's mini ones that you can play are really cool. Now, I did watch a guy on YouTube named Mad Little Pixel. I actually follow him for a lot of retro stuff that he plays and a lot of retro tech that he reviews, and he reviewed it. He did love the arcade itself just because it's cool looking. It's got a really cool look to it. Nice. It's got okay buttons and things. That's the problem that he had with it. The buttons were a little fidgety, but he still had fun on it. It's still playable. He had a great time playing it, and that's all I needed to go get it. So I'm probably gonna go get it as soon as I can because I'm gonna add it to my arcade collection. I love collecting mini arcade systems. What about you, Gotti?
Man, and you can link these together. I was reading as well, right? You can put
Yes,
two of these together and play against
yes.
each other, whatnot.
So if your friend has one and you have one, there's a link cable that comes with it. You can
Okay.
link the two and actually play against each other and fight each other in it, which is dope. I think that's a really cool thing. Like I said, I love couch play. Basically, being in the same place with your friend gaming,
Yeah,
that's always been my thing. The online gaming thing is it's okay for me, but I really enjoy couch gaming, co-op with your friends, your family, and especially fighting, because everybody knows there's a lot of crap talking when you fight, especially in Street Fighter and games like that, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that, um, or what's the other fighting game? Tekken. Oh my goodness,
yeah.
Tekken. There's a lot of battles playing that, so I love that kind of stuff. So keep coming out with those mini arcades. Keep bringing those out so that we can link them and play against each other. That's just dope. And just the fact that you don't have to go somewhere and spend a quarter.
Right.
Just pop a button in, have your little arcade sticks ready, and go to town on somebody.
But I love those days. Oh, I love
Yes,
those days. Going to the mall. You didn't go watch a movie at the mall. Your parents dropped you off and you went into the arcade for 2 or 3 hours
yes,
and mashed
sir.
buttons. You went in there with a roll of quarters and mashed buttons.
Yep.
Uh, standing in line for the next guy, picking people taking on challengers, right?
Yes,
I had
yes.
a friend that was ultra-ish playing
Mhm.
like arcade games, and that was the start of esports for me. Esports was they would actually have tournaments, right? Bigger outfits, the game companies would go around to cities. They would actually hold tournaments. My buddy, I don't know if you remember the Art of Fighting, but the Art of
Yes.
Fighting on the Neo Geo system
Mhm.
had one, and they had that little card, so you could save like all your stats and everything. And he won that Neo Geo tournament for Art of Fighting here in Wichita, and they gave him one of those cards, so he could go into any Neo Geo machine anywhere in the world, and he could plug that in as he played, and like save his character, save his stats, and everything on that card. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember the days when Virtual Fighter. A lot of people loved
Mm,
Virtual Fighter, and they just
yeah.
went. There was so many battles on that game, along with Tekken, and I'm trying to think of the one for the Dreamcast, Soul Calibur.
Yes.
When a lot of people love those games, and obviously Mortal Kombat and stuff like that too. But yeah, those were some very popular games at the arcade. Very fun times, man. Trying to stay alive, basically, and not taking everybody's quarters, but taking their pride
Yeah. Oh,
along
huge
with their
prize money.
quarter.
Huge.
Yeah. So, so we got some more news for the tech this week, or do you want me to talk about? I'll talk about it. xCloud Gaming beta is out for iOS, Apple, and the web. So basically, you can play if you have an Xbox Game Pass subscription, the ultimate one. which is the main one, includes like EA Play, the Bethesda games, and everything like that. They're now doing a beta service. You're basically getting invites to play on your iPhone and or iPad, and also on the web. So it's kind of like the PlayStation Now thing where you play on the web. It's more browser based, or like Google Stadia, things like that.
Right.
And you can play on Edge, Chrome, or Safari, and you can obviously play on PC and Macs now. So it's a new thing Microsoft is doing. They're testing it now, and they're trying to basically see how that goes, if it's going to work or not, how it's going to work. And it's really cool for people that do have iPhones, because obviously a lot of people have iPhones. Android users have always been able to do that already, but it's good that they're bringing somebody else into the mix, as Apple is not really known for like kind of gaming wise. They're not like the gaming PC. They're not in the gaming PC scene, things like that. But you can play obviously games on a Mac, but it's just different. But it's good that they're bringing them aboard, being able to have cloud-based gaming and things like that. So
Sounds pretty cool. Gaming continues to evolve around us.
it always does.
The
Yep.
technology, nothing's going to stop gaming. It's just going to continue to change form and have different things out there for us. So nice to see some progression there on that for sure.
Yep. And for game deals this week, so the PlayStation announced that not announced, it's actually out there now. You can basically go to the PlayStation Store and you can download Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition, actually free through May 14th as part of the Play at Home program. If you haven't played this game, I haven't yet, but I'm looking for it. So it's on my games to play list.
Mm-hmm.
It is an amazing game. I've seen it played on stream. I've seen videos. I've seen reviews. The game is the visuals on this game are amazing. And being able to play it is going to be dope, and it's free. And you don't even have to be a PS Plus member. You can literally download the game for free. It'll be yours forever as long as you download it. So if you're on the PS4, go grab it now. If you're on the PS5, go grab it now, because it's literally free. You have until May 14th to get it. So have you played Horizon Zero Dawn?
I have not. So I recently had a PS4. I ended up selling it out for some additional stream gear because I had somebody I won it in a Christmas giveaway at my work, and I
Wow, that's
played.
awesome.
I played quite a few games. Horizon Zero Dawn, unfortunately, was one of the ones I had because it came with a bundle with the PS4 itself. I just didn't get into playing with it. I did, check it out, and it looked really cool. Kind of wishing that I had now, because now I don't have a PlayStation to play it with. Nor am I going to probably go out and buy another one since I'm using PC. But is it only through the PlayStation? I think it's only through PlayStation.
Only through the PlayStation, yeah. Correct. Yeah. Well, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Well, they do have it on PC now, though. Actually, you can play it on PC, but it's not free on PC, I believe.
You give it to me on PC, I play it. If not, I send it back.
Yeah. I think you have to pay a good price for the complete edition on PC for now, at least until the Steam sale. That is
understood. Yes, and you can always wait for games like that on things like Steam at a later date.
Yeah. And for Xbox news, game deals, the Xbox Game Pass, if you subscribe to that, they added MLB The Show 21, which is a new game, and also a PlayStation game, which is shocking because I was shocked actually to see something added to Game Pass that was a PlayStation game. That's more or less, I thought, PlayStation exclusive for a while, but now I guess it's on Xbox. So, and Destroy All Humans, the remastered version. So if you had this for the original Xbox, dope game. If you're basically an alien and your goal is to take over the world, obviously, and you're basically shooting humans and killing humans all around the game. It's pretty cool. If you haven't played it, I played a little bit of it when I was younger. I'm looking forward to the remaster. I actually already have it downloaded because as soon as I saw that, I ran to my Xbox to grab that. So fun games, and MLB The Show too. I haven't played a baseball game since Triple Play Gold on the Genesis. That's how long it's been since I've played a baseball game, video game wise. I've always been into football and basketball, so I've played those. I used to play Triple Play a lot, like back in the day, but I never played it on the PS1 or anything like that. So this game, it was free, so I said, I'll try it out. Might as well give it a try. So, so far I created a character and that was it. I turned it off because I got sleepy. It was late at night and I was like, all right, I gotta go. This is taking forever.
So much
But
detail put into some of the baseball games nowadays.
yes,
Playing, I think about some of the older games we used to play on older consoles. MLB The Show 21 is so deep in what you can do with characters, with the players, with the season play, you name it. When I see this title, I think Wacky Prozac because um, he used to play baseball, in high school and whatnot, and earlier on in life, and he loves this. He streams the heck out of this. He is all in playing competitively online through that service all the time, and I'm just amazed with what they can do with a sports game like this.
yeah,
Such every detail is covered. Everything is in there,
it's
which
so
can make it kind of
realistic.
complex too, but fun.
Yeah, it's very complex. That's probably why I haven't played baseball games in a long time
Right?
because I'm used to just, you press one button and you throw the first. It's so easy to just pick up and,
Throw the
catch fly
ball,
balls and
swing the bat,
yes,
run
swing
to
the
the
bat, throw the
base.
ball. Exactly. Now it's like you're actually playing a game of baseball, but you're not actually on the field, but you feel like you're on the field playing a game. It's crazy.
Like the NBA games. I kind of stepped off playing the NBA games because there's so much controller wise you have to do to make them do all this stuff.
Yep, yep.
I get kind of lost in it, for lack of better words. So,
Definitely.
boomer
But
alert, boomer alert.
boomer alert, exactly. The Epic Game Store, free games is set to release Alien Isolation. Now, this was actually released before. It was released, I believe I'm trying to remember. I think it was during Christmas. They had like a 12 game giveaway thing that they did for Christmas. And it was a free release, but they re-released it. I guess it might be really popular. So people will maybe want it again or requested it again. But Alien Isolation is free from April 22nd through April 29th. So you got a few days left to get it if you want it, if you have an Epic Game Store account. They have a lot of free games. They do a lot of free games in general. So if you like a lot of indie games, a lot of indie titles, plus some decent like B list title games, they don't really release too many A titles. They did release Grand Theft Auto 5 once for free. I was able to get that for free one time on the PC. So that was pretty dope. But they do have a lot of cool releases and things like that from now and then. So always periodically check Epic Game Store. We also have a person, I do not remember his name, and I'm sorry that I don't remember your name, but we have a person in Discord that always posts in the game deals section in our Discord. He always posts the Epic Game Store free games. So make sure you check that out on occasion, so that way you can get yourself a free game.
Ard's Paranoia.
What's his name?
Always in there. It's AARDS, Ard's Paranoia.
Yes, Ard's Paranoia.
Always in there posting.
Always
the game
updating us
deals.
on games. It's amazing. That guy, thank God for that guy. because sometimes I forget what to check Epic Game Store, but I'm always skimming through the Discord, and I'm always obviously gonna skim through game deals because that's my thing. And I always see his posts, and I always run to the Epic Store to make sure I can get my game for free because it's free games. Who doesn't like to play free games?
Free.
Exactly, especially if you're tired. You want to take a break from Call of Duty. You want to take a break from Apex. You want to take a break from something else you're playing, and you want to just try something else. You got free games to play.
Let Epic hook you up, right?
Yes, let them hook you up.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna start wrapping up the show here. Been a great one, another banger, lots of good information. Appreciate everybody that's been here live in the chat interacting with us. If you're watching this later on YouTube or maybe even listening to the podcast, wherever you download your podcasts here in the coming week, thank you so much for your support, for your viewership, for the listening. We love each and every one of you. Optimus, you want to give any plugs about anything you're doing this week?
This week I will be streaming. Finally, I haven't been streaming because I've been working really hard on this. I wanted to make sure this show goes well, and I've been doing a lot of stuff. I made a couple YouTube videos, but I wanted to make sure that this show went well. So I'll be back to streaming regularly. I try to do it during the daytime, and that's pretty much it. And happy birthday, my buddy. I'm glad he's my co-host. I love this guy. This guy is one of the greatest guys to watch on stream. He's awesome. He's been a pleasure to work with here doing the podcast so far. We've just hit it off. We play Apex together. We have a good time, and he's good to talk to. He's a great guy. So happy birthday, man.
Likewise, Optimus. Thank you so much for that. And by the way, if you want to play Apex later on tonight, I'll be available. Just saying.
Oh, I'm there.
All right, cool. We'll run some games late like we normally do tonight. Once again, thanks everybody. Gonna hopefully pop the website here in the chat, giocarepresempre.com. It's where you can find all my socials, everything. There it is. You can see it in the chat right now. Really just takes you everything Gotti. Go give it a hit. Go check it out. Going to be continuing to add new content on the website. Again, thank you so much for all the love yesterday. We streamed yesterday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard, and I had to do my best. You guys started me off like a level 5 hype train. I had to fight back tears just to start the stream, and I'm like, I got 7 hours left. How am I going to make it through this? But just all the love and support from current and past DGR members. It was great. The Good Game Report is such a great community. Love each and every one of you. Keep making it all the great things that it is, and it starts in the Discord. So if you haven't joined, please do. I'm sure we've had some links in chat during the stream here and during the show. Click on it. Just get in there, start snooping around. Before you know it, you're going to have 20 friends, right, that you didn't have before, and start to make some relationships with folks. So do it. All right. And in GGR fashion, we're going to begin by we're going to finish the show up here by rating somebody. Today we're going to rate our own Maddie Geek with Geek Corner. We're going to stop in there.
GGR
Make sure
love.
you show lots of GGR love. You've got the emotes, spam them. If you've got other hype, spam them. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you back week for next episode 3. Watch IG this week. We're going to have some polls out for you to interact in next week's show. Let's go raid Matty Geek. Show him some love, everybody.